How am I supposed to sit here and talk about like the horrors of sexual abuse and all that kind of shit whilst I know that I've got that sitting next to me? Hi guys, it's markabusi here, and we are continuing on our journey through Preacher's Daughter by Ethel Cain, because we're getting to the song Hard Times by Ethel Cain. So far in the album, right, so it's a concept album that's telling a story. As far as I can tell with the story so far, she was the daughter of a preacher man who then rejected religion, ran away from home, started fucking a crack addict who was robbing ATM machines in order to buy crack. And then she had got an absolute multitude of STDs from Crackman, and she'd had to sell the couch. I think the last song we listened to, she had sold the couch to buy him crack. Which, let me just say, for anybody who's listening to this channel for the first time, right, public service announcement, don't take crack. See if you like sitting on a couch, don't start smoking crack, because you'll end up selling the couch to buy more crack. Dinna do it to yourself, pal, right? Put the pipe down and just continue watching this channel, right? Because here is a story about a woman that's falling on hard times.
About how it ends, where you're still the good guy. I'll make pretend, 'cause I hate this story where happiness ends and dies with you. I thought good guys get to be happy. I'm not happy.
I'm regretting this. Well, right. Here's the thing, right? So, basically, right, what's happened here is, right? Nah, fuck every one of yous, right? Because what's happened here is, right, I'm in a good mood and I'm cracking jokes. I'm live streaming this right now, guys. YouTube. I'm live on Twitch right now, right? twitch.tv/markabusi reactions, where I record all my reactions. Come on over, join in. I crack jokes, have a good time, right? I have a good time, and then right in the middle of me having a good time, somebody decides to submit a song about somebody getting fucking sexually abused when they're online, and I have then got to go and do fucking emotional whiplash to try and be all fucking, like, oh god, it's a travesty, which it is, but I've went and did this, so what the fuck am I supposed to do now? How am I supposed to sit here and talk about, like, the horrors of sexual abuse and all that kind of shit whilst I know that I've got that sitting next to me? This is fucked. Oh god. So, yeah, what are the lyrics in Comic Sans? Oh, really, really hard hitting song. We'll pick the most fucking stupid. Oh.
You watch me dancing right there in the grass. I was too young to notice that some types of love could be bad. Praying I'd be like you, doing all of the things that you do, and I still do, and that scares me. I'm tired, still tired to me. Too tired to move, too tired to leave. I'm tired, still tired to me. It's just the way that you are. I'm tired, too tired to leave. I'm tired, still tired to me.
You know what, right? Actually, a very valid point has just been made in the chat, right? That I kind of want to address for a wee second, because this does seem as if I'm now making fun of, like, sexual assault and, like, you know what I mean. But this isn't autobiographical. I get told that this was a concept album about a lassie who is like, who loses her religion, runs away, gets kidnapped by a serial killer who then eats her, and the last song is told from her, like, from the remains of her body in a freezer whilst the guy is eating her, which is clearly batshit crazy, and it's why I went into the album from the very start going, right, okay, so if I know that that's the end result, then I can kind of go comedy up to that point, because it's an absolutely mental fucking, like, story that's getting told. But I then feel as though, like, right, so here's my point, right? I've written songs that have been about personal trauma to me that I feel are quite hard hitting, and they're tough listens in the same way that this is hard hitting and a tough listen. And I feel like my song should be treated with more respect than, like, or more kind of like, like kid gloves, I suppose, than this one, because mine is addressing like an actual issue that happened to an actual person, whereas this is just, yeah, more sensitivity, because this is like, this isn't real. This is like me commenting on a film about a serial killer. You know what I mean? Or it's like me reacting to a film or a book. It's a made up story. And it might be really, really well told, but it's not exactly, and it's kind of different. Like, so for example, right, if I was reacting to like The Lovely Bones, which is a made up story, but the the but the singer no but the writer of The Lovely Bones went through the incident that triggered the writing of the book, so that gets handled differently, you know what I mean? But like, but like Lolita, for example, doesn't get handled the same way, because I don't think Nabokov's a paedophile. But does that make sense? Like, there's like media literacy, which I can take to be with a bit of fun, and then there's actually gone and ripping the piss out of people's actual personal trauma. And I feel like it's alright to have a bit of fun if we're just talking about issues, I suppose. Like, I'm no sitting here making fun of Ethel Cain's trauma. I don't know. But like, I mean, and I get like it's important to like highlight issues and stuff like that, but at the same time, sometimes escapism is also a good thing. I don't know. I just like, I feel like this album in particular really is just wallowing in the fucking mire. And it's really, really well done. But at what point does it become misery porn? You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't enough for her to like have just like lost her religion and ran away from home. No, she's been abused when she was 9 and stuff. It's like, it's a whole fucking thing. It's mental. But I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, at what point does it become? At what point? Where's the line between highlighting an important issue and indulging in that issue to garner like an automatic emotional response that might not be earned otherwise? You know what I mean? Like, if you, and I'm not saying that this is right. I'm now just talking hypothetically outside of this song, right? But like, if you write a shit song, say, and you go, oh, but it's about like child abuse, then the listener automatically feels like they kind of turn around and go, that's a shit song, because they've kind of got to be sensitive towards it. You know what I mean? But it's weird because like, I feel like, yeah, because I feel like, so like, if you watch like a film that's about this kind of stuff and it's shit, you feel perfectly comfortable and justified in going, that's a shit film. And I think it's because you know really that like loads of people have got the gear to write to make that film. So it's not just one person's voice. But then if a writer writes a book about that and it's shit, you can tell them that it's a shit book. But we always feel like with songs, you've got to be like sensitive to it, and you kind of just go, "Ah, that's crap." You know what I mean? And that's weird. I don't know why that is. And I don't feel it's because people have got a more emotional attachment to music than the other forms of media, because I don't think that's true. I don't know. Anyway, right. All I wish is to say, I can bring this back down again and just say, well, if you kind of understand that I can appreciate this song and also just be in a good mood at the same time, that's on yous, guys. Sorry, I'm not actually not that sorry. I kind of feel like I covered quite a lot of my thoughts already. I don't know why. It does just feel a wee bit as though that's just been thrown in there to kind of make the story even more miserable. And I don't know Ethel Cain's personal life. I don't know their upbringing. I don't know what they've been through. But this is supposed to be, as far as I'm aware, not autobiographical. You know what, right? It feels like I've got a good scenario for this, right? It feels a lot like, see, whenever you're watching like a TV show and they've got a female character and they don't really know what to do with that character anymore, they don't really got any storyline for her, so she gets raped, and it's like, we've done this because it's always male writers, because we can't think of any other way to traumatize our character than by sexually violating them. Now, like, you could have done fucking hundreds of stuff. Didn't need to go for that, but you deliberately went for that because, well, I mean, folk are asking what I'm watching, right? But I'll just straight off the top of my head, Game of Thrones constantly did that. The Sopranos did it with Dr. Melfi. There is this is it's a very common thing where loads of programs have their female characters, when they run out a storyline with them, they go, we'll sexually traumatize them, because that way we can now, like, that gives us an easy character arc. And I'm like, you don't do that with the guys though. Like, with the guys, you just come up with interesting, clever fucking like storylines. Why are you not doing that with the women? And it feels a wee bit like in this, where she's just went, right, I don't actually know where to go with the story until we get to the end, so I'll add this bit in because it's an easy bit of like extra trauma to add in. Feels that way. Annoyingly, it's a fucking beautiful song. Like, the way that she builds up her soundscapes and the way that she overlaps her vocals and stuff is fucking gorgeous. And I really like the mood that she creates in her songs. Like, I feel like this entire album, if you just sat and like, I haven't done it yet, but if I sat and listened to it as one full thing, it would be an absolutely phenomenal, just mood piece. But I think story-wise, this song went into an area that it didn't need to go to. Like, it already had you mentally where it wanted you to be without having to add that extra layer in. It felt like an unnecessary extra bit of misery that I don't feel added much to like the character or the story. Didn't propel it forward in any way, or it didn't like give us extra insight into the character. It just went, okay, here's another thing that's happened to you. But yeah, I mean, it's still a nice song, but you know what I mean. And on its own, outside of the context of the album, great song. I just feel like it's almost just a bit unnecessary. But guys, listen, I know possibly a very controversial take I've just taken on that, okay? So you let me know in the comments below, am I wrong? And if I am wrong, why am I wrong? I said a lot of stuff there that you might disagree with. I'm aware of that. And I've jumped into a lot of territories there with 2 fucking feet that I don't really have any right to sit and talk about. But yeah, give me your thoughts. That was Hard Times by Ethel Cain. I've been Markabusi, guys. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you made it this far into the video. And I'll see you next time.